Hello everyone, myself Baby Rani, working as assistant professor in MLR Institute of Technology. Hello everyone, myself Baby Rani, working as assistant professor in MLR Institute of Technology in Cyber Security and Data Science Department. In today's session, I am going to discuss about decision making statements in Python. So overview of the presentation is simple if or if statement, if else statement, if else if, elif and else statement, and the nested if statements. So before going to that, what is an decision making statements or the conditional statements? If we are having the more than n number of choices are there, so depending on the situation, we'll take one decision. Here also we are having depending on the condition. For example, if we are taking the student marks, depending on their total, we'll grade that student A grade or B grade or C grade, D grade. So depending on the marks. Here also we are having a different scenarios are there. Depending on the scenario, we need to take the decision. So we go to the program. Decision making statements used to control the flow of execution of the program depending upon condition. Basically, every programming follows the line by line execution. It will follows the it executes the line by line. So with the help of the conditional statements, we can alter the flow of execution. Depending on the situation, we can execute that line or not. So means if the condition is true, then the block will execute. If the condition is false, then the block will not execute. If the rain will come, I don't go to college. So if the rain is not coming, I'll go to the college. Depending on the situation, I can execute any one of the statement. Means I am not executing all the statements here. So it will decide the execution of block of code based on the expression or condition. So we are having the different conditions are there. For example, two variables I am taking, two values I am entering. I can add that number or maybe I can subtract that number or multiply that number depending on my need. So if you want to do any one operation, we are using the conditional statements. In these conditional statements, we are having simple if statement, if else statement, else if ladder. In C, we are calling it as a else if ladder. Here, if, elif, else statement and nested if statements. If the if containing another if, we are calling it as a nested if. We'll see here. The first one is the simple if or if statement. So, an if statement is written by using the if keyword. So, in if statement, we have to follow indentation. Yes. So, what are the if block statements are there? We need to give the indentation. If it is the if block, I am having one condition. A greater than or equal to B. So, I need to after that, and if whenever you are giving the enter, it goes to the here. Means it takes a 4 spaces. After that one means these comes under the, in Python does not support the curly braces. So it follows the indentation only. So if the condition is true, if block executed, otherwise nothing will printed executed. So here the syntax for if simple if is if condition and the block of statements. So the flow chart for if is, first we need to check the condition. If the condition is true, we need to execute some particular block of statements. If the condition is false, we are executing some particular statements only. So, see one example, A equal to 33 and B equal to 200. Now, I am comparing the A value and B value. If B greater than A, B is, we are comparing with the B with A, 200 greater than 33. Yes, condition is true. Means if the condition is true, it executes this statement. So, B is greater than A. For example, A is equal to 200. B is equal to 33. I am checking B greater than A. Print. B is greater. So, here we are comparing with the 33 greater than 200. Condition failed. It does not print anything on the screen. So, it checks the condition. Based on that, it takes the decision. This is the simple if statement. Next one, shorthand if. So the simple if and the shorthand if both are same only. We are writing the everything in the single statement only. That's why we are calling it as a shorthand if. If you have only one statement to execute in the if block, you can put it on the same line as the if statement. So if the if block contain only one single statement, we can go for the shorthand. If more than one line means we have to follow this, means in this way. Means after if we have to give the 3-4 spaces that comes under the indentation. So here A is equal to 3, B equal to 2. We are comparing the A value with B. So 3 greater than 2. Yes, condition is true. It prints A greater than B. So for example, A equal to 2, B equal to 3 means it doesn't print anything because means here there is no else block. It checks the condition. If it is there, it prints. Otherwise, it skips. It does not, nothing. It doesn't print anything. Nothing. Next one, if else statement. This is the another decision making statement. Means if we are having n number of choices, 2 choices are there, we are using the if else statement. In this, if condition is true, if block executes. Otherwise, else block will execute. So this is the flow chart. If the condition is true, if block statements will execute. If the condition is failed, means else block will execute. So the syntax for if else is if condition. So here is the block of statements are there, some set of statements, and else another block. If the condition is there, if the condition is true, it executes it. If the condition is false, it goes for the else block. So A is equal to 200, B equal to 33. Now B greater than A. Now 33 is comparing with 200. Condition failed. It doesn't go to the if block. It skips this statement and goes to the else block. It defaultly prints A is greater than B. Next one, we are having the shorthand if else. When we can use a shorthand if the if contain the single statement, if block contain the only one statement, and the else block also contain the one single statement, means we can use the shorthand if else. So here one example for shorthand if else also. If you have only one statement to execute, one for if and one for else, you can put it all on the same line. So here we are checking the program to check whether a person is eligible to vote or not. So age is equal to eval input enter your age. So all of you know about in the last previous sessions we talked about we completed the eval also. Depending on the value, it will understand what type of data it is. So there is no need of specifying the int, float or string. So depending on the value, if we are entering the A, it takes it as a string. If we are entering the 12.5, it takes it as a float. 12 means it is taking it as an integer. So now print you are eligible to vote if age greater than or equal to 18, else sorry you have to wait. So now I am entering age is equal to, now it prompts the user enter your age. I enter 22. So it checks the condition 22 greater than or equal to 18. So if it is true, yes. So it prints the you are eligible to vote. For example, I entered my age is 12. 12 greater than or equal to 18, no. The condition failed. It goes to the else block. Sorry, you have to wait. It prints this message. Sorry, you have to wait. The next decision making statement is the if else statement. Means it contains the n number of decisions, n number of statements are there. Means n number of situations are there. Depending on the situation, we need to execute else block or else if block or else block. So here elif keyword means if the previous condition were not true, then try this condition. If the if condition is not true, we are going for the elif. If the elif is not true, we are going for the else. So if expression 1 block of statements, elif expression 2 block of statements. Expression 1 is true means it does not go to this block. If the expression 1 is not true, it goes to the expression 2. It checks. If it is not true, it goes to the else block. Means here we are having n number of elifs are there. If block of statements, elif, block of statements, again elif. If it is not true, again it goes to the elif. If it is not true, else. So here, test the condition, the flow chart here. If the checks the condition, if it is true, it executes the body. If it is false, it checks the elif. If it is true, it executes. False means it goes to the else block. So example for if, elif, else. Now a equal to 33, b equal to 33. So we assign two variables a, b, and the both are having the same values. So it is stored in the same location only. So now if b greater than a, print b is greater than a. So b greater than a. Both are same. If you are using the greater than or equal to, it prints both are equal. But we are having the condition b greater than a. B equal to b 33 and a 33. Both are same. That's why the condition failed. We are going to the elif. So a equal to b. Yes. Comparison operator we used here. 33 equal to 33. A and b are equal. So it executes this statement. Now if both are not equal also. For example, a is equal to 23. B is equal to 33. Means now the first condition. 33 greater than 23. But first condition is true. It executes. So for example, a is equal to 53. B is equal to 33. So now again I am comparing with the first condition. 33 greater than 53. So condition failed. It checks to the else if. Means 53 equal to 33. No, it's wrong. So it goes to the else. Means a is greater than b. So in this way we are using the if, elif, else. We are having more than one elif in the if statement. Now we are going to the nested if statements. You can have if statements inside if statements. This is called nested if. If the if contain another if, we are calling it as a nested if. So the syntax for nested if is if expression statements. So it contains a block of statements. Again we are having the another if condition, expression 2. So first we are checking. And again we are having the another number is there. So again we are checking. Means in the if statement, elif is there, and else statements. So this else becomes to if else, and this if else ladder. Means in the C we are calling it as the else if ladder. Here we are calling it as a if elif. Means the if contain another if, we are calling it as a nested if. See one example here. Var is equal to 100. We assign the one value var equal to 100. Now if var less than 200, means expression value is less than 200. So var 200 aite, means var equal to 100, 100 less than 200. Yes, condition is true. So it prints expression value is less than 200. Now if var equal to 150. So we are comparing with 100 equal to 150. So which is 150? No, it is means 100 equal to 150 means the condition failed. So it goes to the else if. 100 equal to 100 means which is 100. So if it is true means it doesn't execute the elif and else also. So we'll get the expression value is less than 200 and which is 100. This is the output we will get. Now the next one is the past statements in if statements. So in if we are using the past statements also. So if statements cannot be empty. Yes, If you, in the if, we need to write the condition as well as the block of statements also. If you are not writing, it will show an error. So, but if you for some reason have an if statement with no content, means we are not writing any statement in the if, put it in the past statement to avoid getting an error. So, without getting the error, we need to modify that error as the executable statement. We are using the past. A equal to 33, B equal to 200. We wrote the condition also, but we are not writing any statement. Without writing any statement means it show an error. If you are writing the past means it will execute the program without showing an error. So, A equal to 33, B equal to 200. So, here it checks that 200 greater than 33. Condition is true. It goes to the if block. Pass is there. So, it displays nothing but it executes. If it is the not pass statement is not there means it shows an error. Having an empty if statement like this would raise an error without the pass statement. That's why we are using the pass statement for executing purpose. So, if you are placing the pass means it displays that it is, we can execute that line. So, in this session, we completed the decision making statements. In that, we are having the if is there and if else there, if else there, and the nested if. And we learned about the past statement also. Thank you.